Hello and welcome to the Praya and Flaming Grill. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for making it through the interview process. Now, you've officially become part of our family, and it is my pleasure to present to you our employee handbook. So, treat this as our Bible where you can find our specific rules and other information that you might need in the future. So what we'll be discussing today are these contents, and I'll be specifically focusing on the code of conduct, where this is the table on which you can find the list of violations and their respected equivalent disciplinary actions. We will also be zooming in and focusing on the types of employment that we have here at Flaming Gill and the Praya, and also the employee benefits for those regular employees. We make people realize their dreams and potential. This is our battle cry, and we believe that you can make it into the good life. But in order to do that, we need to work as a team. And here at the Praya and Flaming Grill, we treat each one of you as part of our family. Our vision is for us to grow, and the first in our target for the next 5 years is for us to be able to grow in these particular areas. And our mission is to have a profitable business, because of course a profitable business means more salary for you and more growth for you in the future. Our core values evolve on 5 very important values. Whenever you are prompted in a situation where you don't know how to respond to a customer or to your co-employees, just remember these 5 values: BCDHQ: belonging, care, delight, honesty, and quality. Belonging means to be accepted of who you are. We believe that each people and each human being should be treated equal, regardless of their preferences, regardless of their gender, or regardless of who they are in the society. Care is for us to act with compassion. No bashing, no talking in the back, but to care for the business, to care for your co-employees, and especially to care for our customers. Delight. Now, there are a lot of situations that you need to go beyond and over to your customers, and we value those employees who perform really in a form of serving the customers. And of course, honesty. There's this saying that, remember, whenever you try to lie on something, you have to remember that particular story every time you tell it to other people. And so what I mean by that, the reason why I told you that is that eventually, no matter how good you lie on things, eventually the truth will come out. So just tell the truth and you never need to remember anything. Quality. To do whatever is right. So this entails to the food that you do, making sure that the procedures are being followed for us to be able to produce a quality product as per our standard. Okay, now with regards to our products and services, well, Praya offers event space as the main service. But additionally, naabot tayo accommodation, naabot tayo cafe, and other services. For Flaming Grill, it's solely a restaurant, and its offerings are mostly grill-based na food From burgers to chicken wings to barbecue ribs, these are the main products. Now, who is our business partner? Our business partner is you. You need to ensure that our products and services are within the optimum standard set by the company. And this is for us to be able to give the benefits that our loyal customers deserves. Training and development programs, these are geared towards improving you. That's all. And the only thing that we need from you is for you to be able to believe in yourself as well. For our qualification, ang classification ni Praya and Flaming Grill is BMBE, which stands for Barangay Micro Business Enterprise. So what that means are these are small businesses with very, very small capitalization. And we are exempted on certain labor mandatory requirements such as holiday payday and 13th month pay, minimum salary wage. But I will explain later on the employee benefits and compensation that even though dili ta required nga mohatag ana, we still give them to our employees as a form of incentive. So what are the different types of employment? So first, we have contractual. So I'm sure you're all familiar with this. Contractual employees are those that are working time-based. So like part-time employees, every weekend lang musulod, or like naara certain duration ang ilang employment. So those are what we call contractual employees. Now, probationary naman is a mandatory employment before ka mag-regularization. So this is like an evaluation period where employers mo evaluate sa imong performance, and if they feel like that you are a good addition to the team, then that's the time that you will be converted from probationary to permanent employment, where you will be entitled to receive all of the employee benefits required by law. For Flaming Grill, you'll be required to work for 9 hours with 1 hour na lunch break and 30 minutes na snack break. So for the attendance, we'll be using a digital time in, time out, timekeeping system. So make sure to punch in and out every time. So incomplete time records, these are not eligible for pay. No, just to make it clear, pag wala ka naka time in or naka time out, automatic we will treat it as if you're absent on that day. So please make sure that mapunch nimo og tarong ang imong PIN number sa atong timekeeping system. So after this orientation, you'll be receiving an SMS where you will have your PIN code, which you will use to clock in and clock out on our timekeeping system. Third, all activities that requires leaving the workplace must be punched. So let's say for example, mag-lunch ka sa gawas, no, mauli ka sa inyo, then you need to clock out, and then pag mabalik na ka, then you also need to clock in. We also have a grace period na 5 minutes 2 times in a month. So what that means, let's say for example, ang imong time in is supposedly 10 o'clock. On the first day, ni-arrive ka og 10:02. So you're already considered late, but still within the grace period. So na-consume na nimo ang usa ka grace period. On the second day, ang imong time in is 10:04. So late na ka, but then within gyapon ka sa 5 minutes na grace period, but na-consume na nimo ang last one. So duha na imong grace period. So the next time that you'll be late, on the third day for example, niabot na ka og 10:03, which is late na ka sa imong time in, that will be considered now as late, counted as one late. Kaya na-consume naman nimo ang duha ka grace period for that month. And then next month, mag-reset na po na siya. For holiday pay naman, it's categorized into 3. So we have number 1, regular holidays. Number 2, special non-working holidays. And then number 3 is special working holidays. So unsay difference? Sa regular holidays, you're paid 100% of your hourly rate, no? Regardless of your attendance on the day of the holiday. So let's say for example, you're paid 30 pesos per hour. So if it's a regular holiday, ang imong hourly rate on that day will now be 60 pesos. So that's 100% of 30 pesos. For special non-working holiday naman, you will be paid an additional 30% of your hourly rate if only present ka on the day of the holiday. Okay? So if wala ka on that day, of course, you will not be paid for the additional 30%. So sa may example katong election day was actually declared as a special non-working holiday. So that's May 9 of 2022. So let's say for example, ang imong hourly rate is 30 pesos. Additional 30% will be 9 pesos. So if ning sulod mo during the election day, so that means ang imong hourly rate on that day is 39 pesos. No, that's 30% increase or additional sa imong base rate nga 30 pesos. Okay? And then special working holidays is entitled only to the basic rate. So how are salary computed? So basically payout is equal to the total number of hours na imong gi-render i-times sa imong hourly rate, where ang imong hourly rate is your daily rate, i-divide na nimo by 8. And that's how you compute for your payout. Now, if there are holidays, the holidays pays will be also added and also overtime. So because we'll be using a digital timekeeping system, then all of the hours will be recorded up to the last second. Bayad na siya. So for our dress code, females, fitted black na pants or skirt, paired with any na closed shoes. So dapat closed shoes na siya. And then ang taas is ang uniform. And then for male naman is any type of colored naman na pants. And then paired with closed shoes again. And then ang top is uniform. Now for priya na male dining crew, pwede mo musuot o shorts. And in fact, we would highly encourage you to wear shorts kay init ang sa Praia because it's an outdoor cafe. Long hair for males are not allowed unless kung babae ka, but no long hair for males. And then no accessories as well, especially for the kitchen staff. Kaya basin mga hulog ang inyong mga arios dito sa food. So delikado. So you are expected again to display a professional courtesy, respect for others, professional decorum. So ang atong payment is every 2 weeks. So let's say for example, ang salary coverage from June 12 until June 25, the payout will be on Monday, that's June 27. Our salary disbursement will be through GCash, so make sure nga na-kay verified na GCash number. So if wala ka pa verify, please do so. So it is also your responsibility to update the HR or us if ever na i-change sa information sa imong personal na file. So let's say for example, karon nag-apply ka single and then next year kasal na ka, so you have to inform us na you need to update your record sa ato to married. Okay, there are also certain benefits nga katurang mga um, married couples or employees ang makakuha. So for the building, no, employees lang ang allowed sa sulod sa building. All other restricted areas of visitors are not allowed. Okay? I hope that's clear. So any loss or damage sa company, whether equipment na siya or furnitures or anything, you have to inform us because wata kabalo basin katong gamay kayo nga damage has a very very significant and important role atong equipment, you know. And then because you did not inform us, then wala na nato magamit ng equipment or wala na to siya masalbaan, ma-repair na. And that's why it's very important that you have to report those loss or damages. It is also the responsibility of the employees to know and understand our safety standards. Okay? Now, if you look diha sa kitchen and sa dining, there are fire extinguishers located in the designated areas. Make sure also that you know where the fire exit is and you know where the fire alarm is located. So the fire alarm is more na siya box na gamay na kailangan mo i-pull and then mo tingog na siya. So performance and appraisal, so we'll be doing this every year. Now for those na naka-probationary period, after 6 months mag-appraise ta and then we will review your performance and if naay kinahanglan i-modify pa or pwede na nato siyang irregular, and if there's also possibility for you to increase or adjust your salary. So for the employee benefits, these are our benefits. Government benefits, so SSS, PhilHealth, free meals, so lunch or dinner depende on sa imong maabtan. 13th month pay, so that means an equivalent 1 month of your pay as a bonus. And then vacation leave, imong emergency leave, bereavement leave and assistance. So we also give assistance for immediate family lang. So who is your immediate family? Kana imong anak, imong igsoon or imong parents. So those are your only immediate family. Now, napud tayo maternity benefit. So in case you're a mom or you're having a baby, pwede ka maka-avail ng benefit. And of course, holiday pays. So since ang atong classification, as I mentioned earlier, is BMDE, that means we are not required to give holiday pays. However, we will be giving this in a form of incentive. Okay? So, for those employees who have complete attendance from the previous month are entitled to receive holiday pays. Okay? So, let's say for example, May 1 is a holiday. It's a Labor Day. No? Tapos, nisulod ka na. So, if complete ang imong attendance sa April, no? By complete, I mean, wala kay absent na wala approval sa imong supervisor. So, like for example, nag-absent ka, but there's an approval, so that's not considered as absent, no? Because there's an approval. So, you will be entitled to receive the holiday pay for May 1. So, double pay ka na nga time if nusulod ka. Clear? Okay. Now, you notice there are different colors. So, ang white, ang yellow, ug ang red, those are all benefits pag permanent ka na employee. Ang yellow and red, those are your benefits kung probationary ka lang. So, only free meals, 13th month pay, and holiday pays. Now, for contractual employees, free meals lang ang pwede namang mahatag. So, for all transfers and promotions, so what this slide basically says is that amo nang i-record through a personal movement payroll authority or PMPA na form. For those employees who are planning to resign, you need to give at least 30 days na prior notice. Otherwise, we would not be releasing your certificate of employment should you need one. Okay? So, the company's proprietary information shall not be used or disclosed as mo po ni ang imong gisignan na kontrata, no? Let's say for example, atong mga recipe or ang atong mga scripts, ang atong mga procedures, you are not allowed to share that even after your employment has ended, because you sign a contract and that will take effect forever. Okay, now for our code of conduct, we will be strict, but we will follow due process. So that's why naataan nga presentation and orientation for you to know your right as an employee on due process. So how do we issue disciplinary actions? So first, we need to document the violation. So we will document the violation through an incident report. So you will receive this report from your supervisor or your manager. Step 2 is for us to investigate and validate kung sakto ba na ang nakabutang sa report. You will also have your time to share your story. And then, we will review all of the facts that are submitted and the inyong istorya sa amo during the interview. And we will follow that with the decision. Now, once all the facts has been reviewed and there really is a need for us to issue disciplinary action, then we will issue na disciplinary action as part of step 4. You can appeal within 3 days pag ang atong offenses are Class B and Class C. Later on, you will see kung saan sila na mga classification. However, whatever is the decision sa officer in charge, that decision is already final. Okay? Now, whatever is the content sa incident report and the corresponding disciplinary action, that will be recorded on your 201 file. So, for those of you na dili familiar sa ang 201 file, 201 file is like a police report. So, this is your record that will retain on you forever. So, normally, ang mga HR management ang gagamit ani niya. So, let's say for example, there's an employee who is a cashier, no? And then, nasakpan siya nga, nagkuha siya ginagmay nga money from the cash box. Okay? Now, the supervisor issued an incident report, and then, that incident report concluded that the employee indeed nanguha og kwarta. So, the disciplinary action was suspension, or I think it was dismissal. Now, whenever that employee applies to another company, the other company will call the previous company. Lang tawagan, and then mga if na sila 201 file at nga particular nga tao. And then, gisubmit ang 201 file dito sa Pikas company, nakit-an nga naa siya incident report nga nanguha og kwarta. So of course, now that the other company na sila ang information, there's a high possibility nga dili na siya i-hire sa Pikas company, because who would want to hire someone nga manguha og kwarta, right? So muna ang purpose sa 201 file. So mura siyang police report. So you should be dapat inyo na siyang atimanon, pangalagaan nga dili madungisan ang inyong 201 file. So there are cases na ang inyong classification sa offense is pwede ra mawala sa inyong record pagka na siya ay Class A lang na offense, no? However, for Class B and C, these are records that will be retained forever. So you have to be really careful. So these are the classification of offenses, no? Amo ning ato ning ibuhat para mas dali nga masabtan ninyo kung unsa ning mga offenses. So Class A, ang first, pag imong offense is Class A, the first thing that we need to do is for you to be given a warning. Now, warning, pwede siyang verbal lang na warning, pwede po siyang written na warning. Okay? Now, next is suspension. So, if imo pagyapon siyang gibuhat the second time around, then dira na ta mag-issue og suspension. So, suspension can range from 1 day to 15 days depende sa offense. And then after ana, if imo gibuhat pagyapon nimo siya ikatulo, then that will now be a dismissal. Okay? For Class B naman nga offenses, that will start immediately, suspension na dayon. Okay? And then, for the second time around, automatic dismissal na. And then for Class C, is dismissal na siya diretso. Okay? Now, what are those offenses? Okay? So, on pinaka-left nimo are the type of violation, and then sa next other columns is kung Class A, Class B, and Class C siya. Okay? Now, late is only a Class A offense. Now, if you do it 2 times within 1 month. Okay? Now, again, you have 5 minutes na grace period. So, pwede pa na siya ma-stretch up to 4 na late. Okay? So long as within the grace period ka. Okay? Next is absent without permission. So, if nag-absent ka 1 or 2 times within a month, so that is considered Class A. But if 3 to 6 times within a month, that's already considered Class B. And then 7 or more within a month, that's already considered as Class C. So, absent with permission naman is gitugutan ka na mag-absent, pero wala ka ning balik on the time nga inyong gisabutan. So, that's already considered lying about the reason of absence. No, I'm sorry. Not returning to work after the agreed days of absence, that's considered as Class A lang. However, if nasakpan ka nga na makak ka, na yung ka nga sakit imong tuhod, dili ka katindog, pero nakita niya kasi mga kauban ka basketball, diba? So, that's lying about the reason of absence, and that is against our core value, which is honesty, right? So, automatic Class B na siya. So, leaving the workplace, no, bisag na pa'y trabaho, bisag busy ka imong mga kauban, nilakaw ka, na kay tuon nga kuan what you say nga important thing is automatic Class A na siya. Okay? And then leaving workplace before closing time is Class B. Hanging about, loitering, or visiting, so not doing anything, leaving trash anywhere, and chatting with known visitors, no, that's Class A. Sleeping on duty, that's considered as Class B. And then eating in places where the customers can see you. So, naman tayo mga designated dira nga kananan. So, you eat there para dili ka kaayo lain tanawon. Right? So, disorderly conduct, playing, no? Sige mo syagit-syagit or githreaten nimo imong kauban. So, that can be Class A or Class B. But, if imo nang gipasakitan nimong kauban, no? That's automatic Class C, dismissal na ta. Offense against public morals. So, nag-inom ka og alcohol without the permission of the company, no, during your working hours. So, that's Class A. However, if ninghimo ka og mga grave nga violation, for example, sexual harassment, no, nag-gamble mo, nag-drugs mo dito sa office, automatic dismissal na ta. So, offense against security and order, no? Nagdala ka og weapon kay imo tong bawsan tong customer nga ning syagit nimo, no? Automatic Class C na siya. Offense against property. So, nag-vandalize ka, nagsulat-sulat ka sa atong mga walls, so that's Class A. Changing or removing posters, that's Class B. And then intentionally destroying any part of the property, so that's Class C. So, stealing is considered as Class B or Class C. So, depende sa gravity. Violation, no? Naglay ka about sa documents nimo, nakabutang dito nga single ka, and then married naman di ay ka. So, why would you need to lie? And that's against our core value, which is honesty. So, automatic Class C na siya. So, insubordination is basically wala ka ni follow sa orders sa imong superior, no? Giingnan ka nga mag-overtime, wala ka na overtime. Giingnan ka nga dili na nimo buhaton, nagcook ka. So, automatic Class B na siya or Class C. carelessness, no, not doing the task properly. So there are instructions nga giingon sa imo pero wala nimo gibuhat, leading to customer complaint. So that can be tagged as carelessness, which can be either class A or class B, depende sa gravity. So slow down, so doing the work assigned at a later time. So yung gisugo ka nga buhaton na karon yung kaunya-unya na, so that can be considered as class B. And then other violations that are not mentioned here or that are violating the civil code of the Philippines, automatic na siya class C. Okay? Now, hindi ta forever masigi og warning or CU suspension. So once you've accumulated this number of warnings, no, and unom ka buok and then unom ka suspension, automatic na siya dismissal na ta. So bisan pag class A ra na siya ng classification, basta daghan na kay warning, ibig sabihin imo na ginang kinaiya, wala tayo mabuhat ana. So pangita na lang maglain nga work nga okay ra na sa ila, because sa Praya and Flaming Grill dili na mo na siya i-tolerate. And then for example na ito incident, no, nga nadungan. So let's say for example late ka ng adlaw, so that's already only class A. But then nakatulog pug ka on the same day, so sleeping on duty ka, that's class B. So duha ka violation, ang higher of the two violations siya atong i-follow. So automatic class B ang i-consider sa imong violation. Okay? Now with that, ayan, so that concludes our employee orientation. So hopefully nakasabot ra ka sa mga balaod nato diri sa Praya o sa Flaming Grill. And if na kay questions, personal questions that you would like to raise, you can always contact me directly. Okay? Now, if you're ready to take the exam, just click the link below and i-redirect ka niya sa atong messenger where you can take the exam and proceed with the application. Thank you.